Some of you guys might be skeptical at the title of this video, and I honestly can't really blame you for that because historically, we've seen a lot of fluff when it comes to the Ball brothers' heights, and for the most part, that has a lot to do with their father LeVar just trying to hype them up as much as possible. And personally, when I saw LaMelo Ball's original height, I mean, not even the current height that we're talking about in his video, but his pre-draft height that suggested that he was 6'7", which is what he was rumored to be. Bear in mind that there wasn't a combine this year. This is just like some measurement that he got while he was in Australia, I suppose. I thought, okay, there's a good chance that this is fluffed up a little bit and he's not actually 6'7". And they're just doing this just to potentially boost his draft stock and his draft value. Well, guess what? We were all wrong, especially me. So what's going on, guys? Your boy Mike here. It is currently 12 in the morning as I'm recording this video. Just do your boy a favor and leave a like on this video to help it grow in the algorithm. We're also giving away a PlayStation 5 to someone that has subscribed and turned on our notifications. We're going to announce the winner of that giveaway on December 18th. All you have to do is subscribe and turn on my notifications. And if you already subscribed and have my notifications on, then congratulations, you were already entered. If you want a bonus entry, then just subscribe and turn on my notifications for my TheFlightMike TV gaming channel. Now that we got all that out of the way, cue the intro. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Guys, if you've been subscribed to this channel for over a year, first of all, let me know in the comment section, because shout outs to you, you're the homie. But jokes aside, if you've been subscribed to this channel for over a year, then you may have remembered a video where I called out NBA players for lying about their heights. And it's normal to want to lie about your height. There's a myriad of reasons. Last year, Kevin Durant supposedly lied about his height. Originally, he was listed at 6'10", if you remember. But in reality, he was more like 7 feet tall, which makes a lot of sense when you look at KD play and the way he uses his body and his athleticism. It's fairly consistent, but there's a myriad of different reasons you would lie about your height. You may want to seem a little bit more intimidating to your opponents, or you may want your opponents to kind of discount you and count you out a little bit. Want to hear something that's pretty ironic? Well, Kevin Durant wasn't the only player that was on the Golden State Warriors to lie about his height. Apparently, these two may have hatched the idea together because Draymond Green, his ex-teammate or ex-rival, or I don't know what their relationship is at this point, but Draymond Green apparently is listed at 6'7", but he actually supposedly is listed and is actually 6'5", which kind of makes me respect him a little bit more as a power forward because he's able to not only grab a lot of rebounds, but he's a great defensive player, and it may actually explain why he is so dirty on the defensive end sometimes. But I'd assume he lied about his height just so he could be a little bit more intimidating to his opponents, considering how he's undersized for a power forward. Well, in LaMelo Ball's age, well, we could safely assume that this man does not lie about his height when it comes to it, because the NBA wanted to get ahead of this and make sure that there was actual legitimate heights posted about each and every player. Now, I don't know why the NBA would invest in this, but hey, I'm not complaining. It's more news and information I could bring to you guys. If you remember back in 2015, LaMelo Ball was obviously just hitting puberty, but at the time he was only 5'10", which at the time, whenever his viability in terms of potentially becoming a legitimate NBA prospect came up into question, we didn't really take him that seriously. Why? Because, dude, how often does a 5'10" player grow to be like, I don't know what his current height is right now? Not very often. So, and especially considering the fact that he is currently as tall as a freak athlete in the NBA, you'll understand why I'm kind of shook here. Because a year later, a mere 2 years later, as of November 22nd, 2017, LaMelo Ball would grow from 5'10" all the way to 6'3". that's when NBA scouts started to pay a little bit more attention to the little man that likes to shoot crazy three-pointers from half court and calling his shot before he shot it. But here's where it gets a little crazy. 2 years later, LaMelo Ball would officially be listed at 6'6" when he was just going into his season at Australia in the NBL for Illawarra. And that's when I started saying, okay, how could this be? How could a man grow from 5'10" to 6'3"? All of a sudden he's 6'6". People don't grow that quickly. You know, that growth spurt, I've never seen something like that before. That's like Anthony Davis-esque. Now, this is where the story gets a little shaky, because during the pre-draft process this year, there was no way that an NBA combine or a legitimate NBA combine could really be conducted, because that really hit the time of the global pandemic and LaMelo Ball couldn't really participate. As a result, we weren't the only skeptics about his height. Not even the NBA really believed his height, because, you know, LeVar Ball had this history of like fluffing up his son's heights. So the NBA, this is actually hilarious. The NBA listed the man at 6'5". They didn't even give him 6'7", bro. They didn't even give him 6'6". They gave him 6'5". It's ridiculous. And I'll even leave a link to it in the description down below if you don't believe it. Now, get this. This is where it gets even crazier. LaMelo Ball is currently listed on the Charlotte Hornets website as 6'8" and technically 6'9" with shoes on. Bro, that's how tall LeBron James is. Now, of course, LeBron James has significantly more muscle than LaMelo Ball, but if you compare LaMelo Ball in his rookie year, they're literally the same exact height. LaMelo has a slightly smaller wingspan. LeBron James has 60 pounds of weight on him. That's why they look so different. LeBron James is huge, man. I'd say LaMelo Ball is a little bit smaller than Andrew Wiggins, but judging based off of how big LiAngelo Ball is currently and how much muscle Lonzo Ball has been able to put on, I could say that LaMelo Ball has the potential to easily go up to at least 200 pounds with prior diet and exercise should he want to take that route. And honestly, if he does take that route, I do see him being an absolutely terrifying player to go up against, because that means he's going to greatly improve his finishing ability while sacrificing speed. According to the NBA 2K My Career Build creator, jokes aside, the fact that LaMelo Ball's this tall is absolutely terrifying, because he's currently listed as a point guard. And I said this about him before the draft, and everyone pointed their fingers at me and kind of laughed at me. I said LaMelo Ball could play each and every position if he chooses to do so. But the problem is, and this is what a lot of people say, and I agree, if he does do that, he's going to be one hell of a defensive mismatch. But regardless, mismatch or not, the man is currently listed as 6'8" in terms of his height, which is damn near a whole foot since he was a child. I haven't seen a type of growth spurt like this since maybe Anthony Davis's rumored growth spurt, where he was originally a point guard and then he grew so much that he became a power forward instead. So that's kind of what we're dealing with here, although LaMelo doesn't appear to be growing all the way to 6'10". If he did, that would be even more terrifying, and I don't even want to imagine that. So personally, if you're a Charlotte Hornets fan, you should be very happy about this, because the kid looks like he probably has been gifted the best genetics out of all the Ball brothers, and he has the most complete all-around game. Let me know what you guys think about this height. Do you buy it, or do you think that there's some sort of PR stunt being pulled on us here? Aside from that, I'm your boy, TheFlightMike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.